You are now listening to Barcode Boys.
Y'all funky ass up, y'all know the routine.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I'm about halfway nowhere, and I know what I gotta do. I'm about peace that's unfolding. Actually, gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot at pimping.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you. I am the have-nots mascot.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Some regular guys and gal having some real conversation. Get your funky ass up. You know the routine. What's good with the people? What's good, LBZ? How was your evening?
Good morning. Evening was good. What's good? How about yours?
I mean, I watched that game, you know, real intense game going on last night. Real intense game. Knicks pulled out the victory in San Antonio. I now got the Knicks in 6. I was undecided. I got the Knicks in 6, man. I got the Knicks in 6. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, Kim, how you doing? How you been? What's good with the people, man? Get y'all funky ass on in here, man. Get on in here. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up? My evening was all right, man. Hopefully Fly get in here shortly, man. You know? And I'll be trying to
Hopefully, I mean, be working hard in the daytime, apparently. So at least
it'd be difficult
for a
for the
little
brother.
while.
Yeah, it'd be difficult for a little while. It'd be difficult for his biggest task is the driving.
Right.
Shit. Hey man, what's up with the people? Get on in here. I see y'all get on in here with y'all funky ass. Come on, man.
It's early. They ain't up yet.
Hey man. You know, I'm be celebrating. Well, I ain't gonna be celebrating. I'm celebrating a milestone. Get your ass on in here, man. Yeah,
happy
man.
Birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, E. Kim. Happy birthday, EMS. And not me, you know, I want to give a shout out to Sub G, man. Love you, boy. Happy birthday, man.
His birthday and y'all is the same day.
Yeah, first cousin's birthday on the same day. Ain't that some shit?
That's weird.
Yeah.
So how are y'all destined? That's crazy.
It's a shout out, Sub G, man. Matter of fact, man, yeah, so you know, definitely shout out.
Happy birthday, Sub.
Yeah, shout out Sub G as well, man. So you know what it is and shit. Hey,
happy birthday, killer.
Yeah, what's good, my brother, man?
Yo, happy birthday, my brother, man. Another one, brother.
Another one bites the dust. I'm here, man.
Hey, yo, what you 50 Cent now?
Yeah, man. Shit, that
shit real, man. All right.
Shit real. I was thinking about that shit last night. Like, damn, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't expect to be here for real. You know, I'm here though. I done made it, man. So you know,
well, alhamdulillah for everything, man.
Yeah, celebrating this milestone, man. I'm here. What's up, Sub Music Boss? Where you been, brother? What's good with you, man? How you doing out there? Yeah, man. Like I said, man, shout out to Sub G too, man. I know we have our little political differences and all that, but I love you, boy. Happy birthday. You heard?
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Sub G.
Another
subject girl.
Another year around the sun, I guess. We here, man. June 4th, 76, a leader was born. You heard?
Yes.
Wasn't Martin, Mountain, or Farrakhan. Yeah.
Word up, you know. It's real in the field. Hey, man, I want to give another shout out, man. I ain't gonna skip the celebrations. Why the celebrations need to be getting celebrated, man. Shout out Speedy Banks, man. On his retirement, man. And I think he's doing it today, man. I think today is opening day out there in Canada. So shout out Speedy Banks, man. Shout out Brandon, man, on his retirement, man. Good shit, my boy.
Yo, man, congrats, my boy. My boy retired at Hamilton Tiger Cat. They say he's one of the best to ever do it out there, bro, at
Come
Hamilton,
on,
man. So big shout out to my boy, man.
I ain't gonna front, man. After I watched the game and shit, I might have seen it today or last night, but whenever I seen it, I went and seen some of his little highlights, man. That boy was getting busy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. They call him Speedy Banks for a reason. Get Speedy Banks for a reason. So shout out him, man, on the retirement and everything, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of celebration going on today, man.
Congrats, Brandon.
Yeah, a lot of celebration, man. Good look for you, brother. Hey, man, we're gonna get right into it, man. We got some things going on, man. Shit. And I don't even want to talk about because shit get under my skin, man. How y'all feel about this? We talked about this before, man, but now they saying the jail time and everything y'all could get. I mean, y'all could get, the parents can get, if the kids out here wilding out and joining these takeovers. 6 months in jail if their kids join the teen takeovers. So, do y'all think this is a good thing, or I mean, y'all just saying I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Because it's just saying the teen takeovers, and I'm like, shit, the teens out here doing way more than doing takeovers. You need to let the parents know exactly what you're talking about.
The teen takeovers they've been having for a while now.
6 months.
Yeah, it's like the teens, of course, they arrange to get together and do something, right? Whether it be looting in some places or just hanging out in some places, and usually it turns into something criminal. But nonetheless, yeah, I think it's something that they needed to do, because the teen takeovers, it does more harm than good. Because a lot of the places the teens are going, they aren't supposed to be unsupervised under 18 anyway.
Absolutely, I agree with that. So I guess this is good. I mean, I guess this is a decent thing for the parents, man. I ain't, I mean, a decent thing. This is a bad thing for the parents if they ain't doing their job.
But you got to definitely make sure. I mean, it's getting the people to be more active in what their kids are doing.
Yeah, you got to be definitely hands-on, man, with these kids, man. You got to, and I understand they teens and you want them to have their freedom, but this shit is hectic out here, man. And they doing some reckless shit and having reckless behavior out here. So, gotta put a leash on them, man. Not to say it like they animals or nothing, but we gotta get a leash on these kids, man.
Gotta be more careful, especially when you're having stuff like these kids getting shot in the street and people not getting,
Come on. We're gonna talk about that.
Or, not
we actually gonna do a lot of talking about that, because I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up, man. Think about these kids out here dying, man, especially with the situation just happened with the kid, man. Out there that we just talked about yesterday, man. They got more, they got his mother talking, man. That shit brought tears to my eyes, man. I said, man, we living in a sad world right now, man. It's with this stuff that's going on. So, and congrats to you, and congratulations to you, Sub Music Boss, man. Congratulations, getting married this month in school for audio engineering, man. Hey, man, get to it, man. I ain't mad at you, man.
Big up. Hey, they start the trial today for Carmelo Anthony today, man.
I'm gonna talk about that too. We ain't pulling no punch. We ain't pulling no punches today, man. His birthday. I'm letting it all fly, man. Hey, man, people gonna feel how they feel about me, because I got a lot to say. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Because it's treacherous, man. And then and I guess we could probably get into that, man. No, we ain't gonna get into that yet, because I'm gonna run that right into the other thing, man, with the other kid, man, because this shit all tie in together, man. So we gonna talk about all that, but I want to talk about this because I said something about it yesterday as well. We didn't get to it, but I want to specifically, put this up here for the women and L. Benton and the women out here. How y'all feel about this shit, man, that's going on, man? 300,000 black women pushed out in the last 6 months from their jobs. Shit is getting treacherous, man. Shit is getting treacherous. Let me tell you what they saying, man. 300,000 black women pushed out of the workforce in just 6 months. Sit with that. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says more than 300,000 black women left the workforce in the first half of 2025, one of the steepest drops since the COVID crash, worse than the 2008 financial crisis. In February alone, black women lost 266,000 jobs, the sharpest single month decline of any group in the country. This is happening at the same time the doors at the top are barely open. Black women hold roughly 7% of C-suite seats by the most generous count. Under 2% by federal data, the 2025 Fortune 500 had only 2 black women CEOs in 70 years. Only 5 black women have ever run a Fortune 500 company. More black women have flown to space than run one today. The losses hit hardest in government, where black women in federal jobs fell nearly 33% against a 3.7% drop for the federal workforce overall. Federal work was one of the most reliable paths to stable, well-paid careers for black households, and the Doge layoffs took an axe to it. At the same time, corporate America quietly gutted its diversity commitments and cut partnerships with black-led organizations. The latter got pulled up right as black women were climbing it. How do we feel about this, man? How do we feel about this? Because, I mean, me personally, man,
it's more hurtful because this is what the people of this country wanted. You know what I mean? It's more hurtful because, you know, we see it. We knew that was going to be. We knew the climate of this country started when Barack ran for president. We started seeing how people really felt about people of color and being in positions, the attacks that they made, the unbiased the baseless attacks, stuff that was just not true, how they actually, you know, would go through the lengths of making up where you were actually born, you know, going through the lengths of trying to prove you are a citizen, going through the lengths, you know, you've never seen that before, ever, with anybody being elected to any office. But we saw that when it came to Barack. We saw even worse when Kamala came into the picture. We saw the attacks, and it was like they're just making up stuff. They just don't like you. They didn't even have to have a reason. So if people weren't looking then, it's because you didn't want to see it. Today, when they roll back DEI, today we can see exactly what the purpose was. It should have, based on the dynamic and demographic of DEI and who it helped before, it should have affected mostly the white female group. Being that it actually affected the blacks more means that DEI was not the reason, right? It's not related to the DEI rollbacks. It's strictly related to direct attacks against the black female.
So I wanted to ask you this. Do you believe that it's racial?
It is absolutely racial. The reason why, because everything that they're targeting is to continue the divide, continue the success, right? If we see everything that if we pile it all up, you know, and look at it on one side of a spectrum, you can see how every move is meant to continue to degrade black society, color society, in one way or another.
And not for nothing, and not to get off the women, but it's even happening in the military, where Hexef are not letting the black people move up to their positions, demoting people, especially women. Certain things it's like if it's not racial, what is it? Like it
What is
seemed
it?
like we being targeted, right?
They
That's what I
they
said.
gave the people who really never wanted a black person or a person of color in a certain space the right to take that away. They gave them the freedom to do that. Before we had checks and balances, we had these things in place to say, oh, you can't discriminate. Now they've removed those things, and we see the effect of that.
I just think it's sad, man.
Is that it's a direct. I mean, we got to couple it all together, not just women in the workplace. We're talking about these programs that help lower income, which typically is people of color. These programs that help the children, the programs that support the schools. So they're targeting just not the women, our children, right? So education rollbacks for lower income areas. You're targeting where we're living. You're targeting, how you can discriminate against housing, how you can discriminate in jobs. They're rolling those things into play, and there are no checks and balances because they've removed those provisions from our government.
And I always say this, man, in order for this game to work, right? This game that they running, right? Somebody got to be at the bottom, man. Somebody got to be at the bottom, and it's always us, right? And like we're gonna get to everything. I mean, we're gonna try to anyway today, man, because enough is enough. With me, it's enough is enough, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to be willing to stand for something. Not just stand for something. I feel like a lot of us, I'm seeing a lot of people fed up. A lot of us gonna have to be willing to die for something as well, right? Because it's really at that point, right? We almost at a point of no return, right? And with all the stuff that I'm seeing, can't even get fair trials, When we think about the kid that just got killed, man, what is his name? That just got killed by the Asian guy.
Well, that was in 2023, though.
Right. Yeah, that it happened in 2023. The trial just happened, though. Cyrus.
Right. They just finished with the trial. Cyrus,
right? His name is Cyrus, right? So the trial just happened, and the man got acquitted. They trying to keep us at the bottom. That's all I think, and I feel like when is enough gonna be enough when we're gonna stand up. But for that to be happening to the women, ain't no telling what they got planned for the men. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, the plan for the men has already been in place, right? They've already had designs to lock them up.
Yeah, that's been in place.
Keep them with some kind of charge so they could ever, always have something to yank them back down. You had prior charges, so we can't let you do this, or I think that was already in play. But over the years, it's kind of like the women were digging our community back out. Trying to fill in the gaps where the men were missing in corporate America and middle class America. And it was it was a force because women were doing a lot of things. And we thought by assimilation, we keep coming back to this, right? They kept telling us back in the day, assimilation is not what the answer is, right? We can't assimilate with these people. And I hate to say it, but every piece of evidence that we're looking at, every example is taking us right back to the same things. We can never please them. We can never be white enough to fit in to their narrative that makes them comfortable with us here. It's never going to be enough. I don't care what people think. I see people all day long. Every black story you come across on social media, it's an ass load of white commenters just saying negative stuff for no reason, calling names, and you have to see it for what it is. This is the climate of the country. They do not want us here.
Yeah.
As a whole, I mean, you got to see it.
As a whole, if you don't see it, I feel like
I hate to say it because I'm one that thought racism wasn't as big as people in some areas, yeah. But I always thought we were moving ahead. I'm like other people. I was thinking as long as you did the work and you put in the effort. But look at what's happening. It doesn't even matter what you do at this point.
my thing is this, right? I feel like let me fix the screen. I feel like in their minds they can't allow us to get above, right? They can't allow us to get above because somebody got to be at the bottom. And in order for them to eat and always get their money, how they get their money and do the things that they're doing, somebody has to be at the bottom. If it's not us, it's gonna be who? Right? You're trying to get rid of the Hispanics, right? The Asians. These are the only people who could they would allow to be on the bottom, right? This is why everybody's always against us, right? And I heard a guy, and I'm gonna play his video, and he was kind of saying the same thing, and he was like, that they always like, trying to appease the YTs, right? So they don't have to be put in the position that we're in. Don't nobody want to be put in the position we're in. That's why they got to keep us at the bottom and everybody's against us. That's why when we rallying, we don't never see them or it's nothing never going on and shit. And that's why I was saying the other day when I was like, they gotta ride with us, like like we ride with them or willing to ride with them. But y'all not willing to ride with us because y'all don't never want to end up on that spectrum of where we was at. You don't never want to be put in that place,
right?
Where we was at.
Which nobody should be in that place, right? Nobody should be in that type of situation in this country where we are supposed to be equal.
And that's sad, man. I just think
we're supposed to be equal. This is what this, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be equal.
Supposed to be.
But if you're talking about uppers and bottoms, nobody's equal then. That's a farce. That's a lie.
It is a farce, and it's been a farce since day one because you got to understand they came up off us, right? They continue to come up off us. They continue to come up off us. And in order for their game to continue to work, someone got to be at the bottom. Who better to be at the bottom than the people that's always been there? Right? But like I said the other day, everybody benefits of what we supposed to have. Not everyone, but pretty much everyone, because they do too. The people, that's they people that's suffering, that's at the bottom, that's kind of at the bottom, they all benefiting. People able to get loans and grants and all this shit, business loans, but we never have, we don't get that shit. They don't allow us to get that shit. Some people maybe, yeah, but they got to have somebody at the bottom in order for the game to work, man. I see you, Danielle, right? He said, yes, my brother, everyone can't win the game, and that's how they play it. We are their meal ticket. I say that shit all the time, man, and it's like, me, I'm tired. I'm fed up, man. I'm just...
We can't even play the game because we can't get in the game in the first place. Look at what's happening. Look at the things that we've gone through over the past 70 years. Not even going to say 100 years. 70 years. We still in the same place.
It has been rigged.
70 years.
It has been rigged. It has been rigged. The game has been rigged against us. Right? It has been rigged against us. We don't, it's like, figure it out. Like with nothing. Scrape and crawl. And now you got it to where, we talk about this the other day too as well, about how, some minimum wage still $7-something an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not even making it where people can really survive off even jobs that's supposed to be decent jobs. Right? People could barely even survive off of shit that's supposed to be decent jobs where you're supposed to be able to relax and off of one job. Niggas got to get out here, hustle, got a job, got to get two hustles to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I just think it's real rigged. And I said I had a video. I might as well go ahead and play the video and let him say it because he said it way better than me. But I was agreeing with him wholeheartedly. I said, man, it's a shame, but check him out.
I'm gonna play this video, Deontay Kyle. It seems like he's starting to see what we talking about now. Comment below what y'all think.
Asians and Hispanics be on white people dick too much for me. Because I've seen Asian people come out in protest of black people getting reparations. Has nothing to do with them. I've seen Hispanic people come out in protest of black people getting reparations, and it has nothing to do with you. Now, I've also seen the latter, or the whatever. I've also seen on the opposite end of the scale, some people of color in agreement that black people in America should receive reparations, right? Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson,
one of my favorites,
formulated the FBA to establish a group here in America of people that descended from slavery for the purpose of receiving reparations. And that's spiraled into whatever it spiraled to because, you know, the CIA. And everyone seems to fear a black economic stronghold or black economic power because everyone knows we don't really need them. So they tirelessly try to keep us dependent on them, and they do this systemically. And they do this through a brainwashing of sorts. So by always giving other minorities or people of color somebody to look down on, well, if black people get repaired for what's been done to us. And I would make an argument that at this point, not only reparations for slavery, but reparations for Jim Crow and reparations for the crack epidemic. Everybody seems to have an issue with the black economic independence. And I'll say this because they understand the game. They understand that if black people start ascending economically, well, we won't be at the bottom of the totem pole, and one of y'all niggas will. That's the only way this thing works. That's the only way this system works. It has to have somebody at the bottom. It has to have somebody to punch down on. You niggas come over here and y'all get real fluent in the punch down game. And for whatever reason, we always seem to be the victims and we ain't did shit to none of y'all. White people oppress you as well. No, white people oppress themselves.
And
like I said, I agree with them 1,000%. I always be kind of saying this type of stuff, that it's a game, and this game has been designed. We are the bait. We are the food. We are the food, and that's what they're trying to keep us as the food. They want us dependent on them. We got to get out of that shit. We got to stand for something. I got a lot of crazy, they ain't even crazy videos. They real videos, man, from real people saying some real shit, and people are fed the F up. That's all I'm going to say. Right? And it's getting to that point in America. Me, I made it to 50 today. I risked my life for way less.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I really risked my life for way less, running the streets, doing shit that a lot of shit I ain't have no business doing. But are we willing to risk our lives for a real cause, though? Like this shit, it's like enough, man. And I don't want like I say all the time, I don't want my grandkids, because I got boys, man, to have to deal with the same type of shit, man. Years down the line, they kids. Right? And I think right now, with the way it's going, this is the perfect time to nip this shit in the bud. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, man. I'm going to play some more of these videos, man. and let y'all hear what some of the people saying out here, man, because I feel like enough is enough, man, me personally. And we'll get into some other stuff, but I'm gonna let y'all, hear these people, man. Let me see.
See the consequences. You still gonna die. You just need to be ready to die about something worth something. We're gonna die anyway. Everybody leaves the same way. We need enough people. We need enough soldiers. We need enough people to say, you know what? Right, wrong, indifferent. This ends today because my life is on the line. My kids' life is on the line. You keep talking about I'm not your ancestors. You better become them ancestors because they had to do what they had to do, and they don't even get to reap the benefits of what they had to do.
And what's sad is they went to the line. They went on the field. They died. Exactly. They were hung. They were burned alive. They were, oh my gosh.
They died. That's the end. They died.
Right.
You got to be ready to die.
And so they did that. And yet now it's being rolled back. And I'm like, where did we lose it?
You know what scares me as we think about this? I understand the passion and I'm with you, Sunset. And, honestly, I am. But what I'm afraid of is what point would it be to risk your life and die for people that won't even remember you in the first place?
Who said that, though? Who said that?
Look at all these people that are dying and we're forgetting about them right then and there. I know as much as I want to get on the field and bear arms, there are so many people I am not willing to die for.
No. And that's the problem. A lot of people may think that we have to be willing to die for everybody. It's going to be some people that's ungrateful. Hell, it's some people right now that don't even know their ancestor's name in their family right now that died for them. I'm Haitian. My people was going in cannons and blowing ish up just to make sure we here right here on this today. So I'm not talking about that. Yes, you got to be ready to die about it. That's it.
Look, the savior of the world went to the cross.
Yeah, I died for Jesus, baby, but I ain't dying for these people.
They don't care about him at all. They say they're Christian, but yet they
see the
And I'm gonna say this because I hear the girl and I hear her saying she ain't willing to die and do whatever, right? Everybody ain't gonna be down with it. We know that. We know that. We got to leave their ass on the sideline and let them deal with whatever they got to deal with. But when you need us to come help your ass and you in the jam and shit, don't be looking for nobody to come help you, man. Don't be looking for nobody to come help you, man. But it's going to come to that point. And I know it's going to come to that point. We see all the chaos going on all around the world. It's going to come to that point. Who gonna be willing to stand? I'm gonna tell you what, there's some brothers and sisters out there willing to stand up, man, and fight.
White, Asian, and Hispanic communities will always prioritize their own people over our survival. We only win when we accept that we are completely on our own. We are told to build alliances with white, Asian, and Mexican communities for strength, yet we watch those same groups turn their backs on us when it matters most. There is no unity. There is no working together. It's an eye for an eye until we get back everything they stole from us. White.
And that's how I feel. And I've been feeling like that for a long time. Way before all this stuff was going on, I just never knew the direction and the things to do, right? I'd be a fool going out there by myself trying to cause a ruckus. Right? Because I know how that's going to end up.
Right.
But right now, I feel like is the time. And I'm not trying to incite no, crazy shit, but look what's being done to us. Look what has been done to us.
Still today, in the land that you claim, people claim that we have so much opportunity that you can do anything you want to, that you can be whatever you want to be. You can own a business. Yeah, you can. With limits. And people don't see that. I had this conversation with a lady. Yeah, even in insurance. It's like, oh, most Black people don't get insurance because they don't want to pay the premium. Yeah, because the premium is very high, right? Yeah, you make it an open invitation. Everybody can participate. But when you stack certain things up to a point where it's just unfeasible for one particular party because you have these things in place to affect them specifically, it's hard for them to participate. So they're going to opt out. That's the design. Y'all got to look past that. Yes, you allow us into these jobs, but at a certain, do you know that some states is a law against you knowing what your coworker gets paid?
And that's crazy, yo. No, I didn't know that.
I even experienced that because I took the same position as a counterpart of mine. I had more years of service, more experience, but I came to find out she was making more money than me. Same position, doing the same job, making more money. And they tried to say that, I came about that information in a way that, violated the terms of the company. They wanted to try to fire me. And I was like, that was not the case. The information was released and they figured that out. But she volunteered the information to other people and they shared it. So that's how I found out. But at the end of the day, you got to look past that stuff. When you're getting these businesses, yes, you're going to be hit with some of these loopholes or you're going to be hit with some of these things that's taxable that some of your counterparts might know as loopholes. So it's not the same business for you as it is for them. These little things people got to understand were put in place just for, us. They can discriminate you. Even when you go get car insurance, they don't need to know where you live or where they don't even know where you live, but not your racial ethnicity. Everybody asks that. You don't need that for a policy. Why you ask? Because they're going to charge you more. Yes, you can get insurance, but they're going to charge you more.
Antonio Mel said, in Florida, it's definitely against the law.
Yeah.
For you to know what your coworker is making. You know
why that is? Because they know they discriminate.
They discriminate.
In pay. Females typically in the workplace are going to get paid less than the males.
And the one thing that I don't respect about, what's good, Uncle Tony? And the one thing that I don't respect about the one young lady that was on there talking, some people she's not willing to die for. That means you're not willing to die for your children. You're not willing to die for your grandchildren. Because if they rolling all this back, what's going to happen to the kids in the future? What's going to happen in the future? I know you don't think the Democrats going to come in there and say, yeah, change everything Trump did or whatever the case may be. Nah, this was all a plan. It's all in the plan, man. It's all in the game. Somebody has to be at the bottom, right?
Are we in Florida, it's against the law for an employer to tell the workers they can't tell what they make.
Oh,
okay.
That's sad though, man.
I mean, you got to make a law for that. But okay, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Because why wouldn't we be able to discuss what we make if we are on an even playing field? Because going into a job, I know if you have more experience and you've been doing this, I expect you to make more, right? Because you're a higher value employee than I am. You got more education. Yeah, I expect that. But the fact that we're hiding this, I know some people were hired at my job. I hired them.
My thing is this, right?
With master degrees, making less money than some of the other people that have been there. It's crazy.
When do we decide to stick together though? Right? Because it's always, I understand people want to worry about their own family and shit like that, but this shit is bigger than that right now.
Well,
right. But when do we decide to stick together and say, all right, your thoughts are different. I understand your views and all that. Your shit is different, but we got a bigger agenda. When do we do that? We always divided. We always divided. And me, I'm just looking for the soldiers. Where the soldiers
division is so deep. The division.
Where the soldiers at, man? Because the time is upon us. And it's crazy because we were just talking about this shit 6 months ago. And I said, you see how fast they moving? I remember saying this shit, LB. Remember, I'm like, yo, you see how fast they moving? They ain't wasting no time. They got to get this shit in order fast. They got to get it in order fast, man. They got an $80 billion budget for goddamn ICE. Like, what? And these niggas out here whipping their ass, running up in schools. They doing anything they want with no repercussions.
Holding people hostage and denying them adequate food. Anything they want.
Anything they want. Antonio Mills, I agree with you wholeheartedly, brother. He said it's too much selfishness and they don't care. And the don't care attitude people live for today and not tomorrow, sadly. And Me, man, and the people that are living for today just know that those behind what's gonna happen to those that's behind you. You know, your kids, grandkids, and I just feel like I'm becoming I am an elder now, right? You might hear me say I don't reach the milestone today. You might hear me say that about 50 times today. But I'm an elder now. Right? And I know how shit was for me. Right? And when I heard them say, no, we want reparations, not just reparations for slavery. We want reparations for Jim Crow. We want reparations for the crack epidemic. All that shit was done. All this shit has been systemically done to our people. Right now, you didn't force us to use the drugs or force the people to use the drugs and things of that nature, but you put them and flooded them in our communities. And like I said, me personally, man, I'm willing to go on the front line, man, because I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing us just done wrong, and everything is in your face right now. Right? With social media, the news, everything is in your damn face. It's hard to not see this shit that's being done to our children. Not just shit that's done to our children, the shit that our children are doing. That's why we got to snap their ass. I said we got to put a leash on their little asses. I don't give a fuck how old you is. You my family, nigga, tighten up. Them your boys, tighten up, man. These little niggas, you think they think they big and bad. Like I said before, man, they getting in jail. Them little niggas hanging up and all types of shit. But it's sad, man. I look at my little boys, man, and just being kids, man, with no worry in the world and shit like that. Like when I was a little younger, about 9, 10, I was already having struggles and having problems and dealing with shit. Right? So seeing them enjoy life and come up with no worries in the world, right? But at some point, they're going to get to a certain age and they're going to be dealing with the same shit we've been dealing with all these years and maybe even worse. Me personally, I can't have that. So whatever I need to be doing or whatever, when it's time and niggas say we out here, I'm out there, yo. Right? And I say we got to dismantle this whole shit. And I don't like saying this shit on this show because I don't want them to pull a plug on us. And I know that's probably eventually going to happen because we talk about this type of shit every day. Yeah, Brian Hayes, I don't know if you got to be, I don't know, maybe you're black, you're white, I don't know what you are. But you got some nerve calling people stupid. Right?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he'll be, and if he is a black person, man, you'll just be a nigga out here fucked up, for real. With no help from your people, because I'm going to remember this name, man. I'm going to be crying for help when the shit hit the fan. So you get what I'm saying, Danielle? Yeah, back in the 80s, that's when I came up. You know what I'm saying? I had it rough. My mom's was on drugs, pops was in prison. I had it rough. I had to go out there. I had brothers. I had 4 brothers I had to fend for and think about and shit.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And I keep thinking back to the past, the same things we've dealt with decades ago, we're dealing with still today.
And it don't make no sense.
Back then, what's today? Fentanyl?
It's fentanyl. And they try to say, yeah, the cartels is, the fentanyl and this, that, and the third. No. Y'all not gonna just blame that on the cartels. Because even when the opioid crisis, we know that y'all ass went into Afghanistan and all that shit to get the opioids and China and all that shit. This shit ain't no fucking secret. We be acting like, a lot of times we act dumb. Stupid, Brian Hayes. Since you like calling people stupid. A lot of times we act dumb, right? Opioid crisis, that didn't come from us. I couldn't get in Afghanistan to get the opioids to make the goddamn Percocets and do all that shit. Oh, it's a war on drugs. They try to have all these wars on this, that, and the third. It's a war in the Middle East. What was the war in the Middle East even about? You tell me. And Tony, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit is real shit. And you got people like Brian Hayes, who's probably a foundational Black American, that think he got it better than somebody else. And I keep trying to tell people, man, you're going to see, man, it don't matter. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, Day Hood. It's not going to matter. Like, right? Your skin, you're going to see. But we know from experience that all the same skin tone, that shit don't mean nothing. That don't mean we kinfolk. You know what I mean?
But I will say this though, that I think is true, Ekim. We all, and we have some that do say they stand with us. But I was on a lady's live, and she was talking about how she's pro-Black and pro-color, you know, and for all people, blah blah blah. And I asked her, I was like, if it came down to it, honestly, can you say, as a white woman, that you would trade places
with
you, bro, how Black people would be treated? You know, if it came down to it, be honest. And she was like, honestly, I can say no. She's like, I can talk and I can stand up with you guys, but if it came to a point where I had to trade places with you, I wouldn't. And I think that's where we are in this country. We have a lot of people that's going to support us and help us to a certain degree.
Right.
To a certain degree. I even if the ones that are going to suffer with us, you know, because if they do something to us, it's going to affect some of their own as well, right? You know, we know it's going to affect more than just Black people. But the sacrifice that they're going to make is still to stand up to a certain point, because they're not willing to trade places with us. Like you
absolutely,
were saying earlier,
it's no demographic you can ask any demographic in the world, they would say no, they don't want to be Black Americans,
right? And they know how
they don't want to be in the place of where we are,
right?
And Mr. Anderson, I hear you, brother. He said, you know, and I agree with you somewhat, right? He said, see, the thing with Black people is they think everything is about being Black people. That's why you never get anywhere. But you got to understand, right? I understand that all skin folk ain't my kinfolk, right? And we got to get that out of our head, because we understand that some people are just like these other people. They think they done made it so far in life that, you know, and I'm not worried about them people. Me right now, where the soldiers at, man?
We definitely got to fix from within. We definitely got some work to fix our own community, our own families.
Yeah.
We got to start there.
I agree with that. You got to get your families in check. You got to get the young soldiers that's out here doing all this crazy shit. We got to get them in check from stop doing the dumb shit they doing, right? But we at a point right now, we at a crossroads right now where it's like it's late in the game, right? So trying to really get them, shit is happening right now.
Shit is happening fast.
Shit is happening right now, so we could be behind. We all way behind the 8 ball. We know that. We 10, 12 steps back.
Yeah.
Right? So trying to get them, we need to start getting on our shit. And all that marching and pro-Black and the hell no, we won't go. Nah, that shit ain't gonna work.
No. I don't even think we need to have that standpoint. I say it's about all people, right? We all need to benefit from the system that we live in. If it ain't good for all of us, it's not good for any of us. I stand by that.
I believe that too as well. But at the same time, I know ain't none of these people coming out to do nothing for us. That's why I keep saying it, right? So we got to get on our shit. And another brother said, I didn't put his video, I didn't get his video today, was saying that when the time come, man, we just gonna have to do what we got to do. And once we knock a few motherfuckers off their high horse, the rest of the motherfuckers gonna fall in place. They gonna go high. Because they ain't gonna want what's coming. Like listen, man. I ain't never really felt shit in life, man, ever. Like I said, I came up rough. I'm with the shit. And I'm tired of the shit. And I do whatever for my boys to have a better life than me and be set up straight where they can progress in life and not be at the same place that I think about progression, right? Like I see some people progress and I see some people get their ass knocked right back down.
Right.
Right. It's never we get over the hump, right? Or we think we getting over the hump. Everybody struggle. I get it. But this shit is like you said about everybody, but everybody don't see it that way.
Right.
That's why you got MAG out there rallying and think they're gonna get something special and all this shit. You ain't no this shit, man.
Right.
When it hit the fan, we gotta get on that type of shit, Danielle. And it's sad to say, man, but we gonna have to be on that type of shit, and it's coming rapidly. And they want it. You know, I played a video the other day. Like, you know, I said Trump was just had a meeting with all the generals talking about martial law and the enemies within. What we think that shit mean?
The uprising. They want to keep the uprising from happening.
What you think that mean? They know people are fed up. They know people are irritated. They know people can barely pay their goddamn bills, and you know what I'm saying? Not saying all people. I understand some people can pay their bills. You can ask me whatever you want. We got Chris 600 back. Chris back, y'all.
I think this is a different.
Yeah, ask me whatever you want, Chris, man. I'm all for it, man. I'm in the jolly mood today. Ask me whatever you want, brother. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know I'm in the jolly mood. This shit is real out here, Chris. And you tell, and before you ask me this question, man, first put your race. Tell me, are you a black man? Or is this a woman? Because I keep saying this. Everybody was saying you was a woman the other day. Are you a black man, black woman, white man, white woman? Yeah, I believe in reparations. Everybody else got reparations. I believe in reparations wholeheartedly. But what I think is gonna have to be done is we're gonna have to go take our shit. Enough accent and all that other shit. I'm past that point. So you black. Yeah, I believe in reparations. Absolutely. Wholeheartedly, I do.
Yeah. Everybody has gotten reparations. Everybody has gotten reparations except blacks in America.
People that's not even that wasn't even here. That like when you don't think you should be with reparations, just think about this, yo. This whole system has been built on the back of black men and women. You think we don't deserve reparations? Like, let's be for real, yo. A lot of us not being real, man. All right, Antonio, be good, bro. I don't hear you, Chris, man. Just think about that shit, man. And the game is continuing to be, you know, the blacks are still continuing to be trampled on. They still making money off us like crazy. They still, yeah, and I be thinking about this all the time, right? Because like I said, I be watching I used to be watching Hidden Colors and shit. That's where I first got a whiff of who Claude Anderson was, who old boy was talking about. That's one of my favorite, man. He be dropping some gems. But that's where I found out, like, yo, black people was the first people on the stock exchange. What are you talking about? And they said, yeah, it's still goddamn, it still sells up under Wall Street. We created all of this shit. Danielle said, I'm so black, they call me black. But yeah, man, I think absolutely, man. I think we deserve it. And I know we're not our ancestors and none of that, but our ancestors went through what they went through, so we would be able to receive something. Like we get nothing. Yeah, they bombed a conspiratorial report. Talk about it. They bombed Black Wall Street. Talk about it. Talk about it. They bombed the spot in Philadelphia. Let's talk about it. Rosewood. The spot I just read about with Charlotte. What they did was put a goddamn track through the goddamn shit and everything changed. And no, they're not trying to let us come up. Everybody did not create America, bro. I don't know where you're getting that from, bro. Where your history coming from? Everybody ain't create America. Everybody did not create America. And this is what I keep trying to tell people, Natalie. We are the money. The people that's in power, how did they get in power? By doing what to who? The people that built this shit. What did they get? They couldn't even get in unions and shit. Everybody ain't built this shit. I get it, Chris. You'd rather work for yours, man. There's a lot of people that sound like you, man. I guess, y'all don't believe in reparations. I get it, man. I believe in reparations. I want what's ours. I don't just want the reparations. I want the land. We are the people of the planet. I'm tired of sitting around like a lot of times, like we sitting around like we ain't who we supposed to be, man. We not acting like the people we are. Oh, Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan definitely talks the truth, man. That's why they silenced him. That's why you can't go. You got to get other people posting clips of Farrakhan speaking and shit like that. That's why he don't got no page and no YouTube or none of that shit, because they censored him pretty much. Not just him, a lot of the brothers that's down with the nation. And by you telling me you rather work for yours, if you don't got a business, Chris, right? Even if you got a business, what you think taxes is about? You still a slave, man. They eating off of you. You could create the business, create all the material, and own the land, and you still got to pay. Niggas out here playing property tax. Soon you can't pay them shits, man. They taking the goddamn crib, and the bank taking that. That ain't yours. This shit is designed a little wicked, man. This shit is definitely a little wicked, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. I just need y'all to understand, man, that it's a. And like I said, man, I understand a lot of y'all ain't paying attention to a lot of stuff that's going on either. So it is what it is. How you feel about this, LBs? Because yeah, we gotta move along. It's an hour in already. God damn. And I can really talk about this shit all day because I'm really fed up about this shit.
Yeah.
But how you feel about this? Because somebody was saying this yesterday. Was that yesterday or Tuesday? And it was like not Elon Musk, but yeah, he died from overdose and all that, and George Floyd. But this is what he said on his X page. He should be released. First of all, let's say, why is Derek Chauvin still in prison? He should be released. His penance was a miscarriage of justice. Coroner ruled that Floyd died of a drug overdose, not actions by Chauvin.
That's what they be preaching on X to the people. I don't know how people could think that, because the man was choked out. Like, you could literally, they have it on video. He was wrapped his arm. Like, what are you talking about? The man.
You got professional mixed martial arts people saying, "Nigga, you killed him. You knew what you was doing. That's a special move you was doing with your knee to the neck."
You restricted his airflow. Yeah, he could be on drugs. He probably was on drugs many years before that. He ain't died from it.
I'm gonna personally keep it real. I know he gonna end up coming home, right? He gonna end up coming home.
Oh, they've been working on that. Yeah.
We know how this shit gonna play out. He gonna end up coming home. They want him to come home because he done been poked up. But look how many likes that shit got. Like, that shit got a bunch of likes, and that shit was viewed 195,000 times.
When they do this, this is what I'm saying is the gauge, right? So they got to continuously take these topics and gauge where we are as a society. Do we have enough people that still believe the stuff that we need them to believe? Do we have enough people that's still on our side that's going to do the work we need them to do in the street? So this is what they do, because we see it's only certain things that's going to pop up every now and then. January 6th is going to keep coming back, right? Because they're still gauging what we think, how we feel out here in the street, so we can continue to be on the side that they need us to be when they're implementing their plans. Because they don't have soldiers up there. ICE ain't the only soldiers that they have. They have the soldiers working through MAGA and on the street that's going to be the sacrificial ones that hit first and be the ones that actually suffer the most consequences on the ground. And people don't see that.
Hey, Chris, let me say that. I hear what you're saying, man. Go work for it. You can be whatever you want to be. This is the story we say. I get it. You understand. I understand it. But once you get in a certain tax bracket, right, you got to answer to that. You got to either get down or lay down. That's what it looked like, right? All our people that's done made it to billionaire status, hundreds and hundreds of millions and all this shit, what usually end up happening? We got, what's the dude named Byron Allen? We got Johnson. We got Oprah. You see who Oprah running with? She done really chose a side for real.
She been chose a side. She ain't never been for us.
But I don't know how far you think you're gonna go for real. We had a black president in the office, and you see how they talk about his ass right now. How we talk about him, how Trump talk about him. That shit don't mean nothing. And I'm glad you brought that up, Jason. If they can find money to fund the insurrectionists, hell yeah, we want our reparations. It's gonna come time, Chris, where you're gonna have to choose for real, bro. Right? You got that job now, but just like these 600,000 women lost their job, you can lose yours as well. Right? And hopefully you don't got no job where they won't need you in shortly, with all this AI and all these robots and shit that they got going on. Hopefully you have a job that you're not replaceable at. Right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people out here working. There's a lot of people out here working, and we just talked about it. There's people out here working with good jobs that could barely survive.
And Obama's.
And where you from, Chris? Because think about this. Minimum wage, I'm going to say it again, man. Minimum wage is still $7.70 in some places, man. How much the minimum wage were you at? I ain't against people pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, as the saying goes, right? Because somebody ran that shit on me on the show. Put yourself up by your bootstraps and all that shit. I ain't against that. First of all, I'm an iron worker, man. In a union, all that shit. Like I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. Right? But I know our shit is due and well overdue. You love paying taxes. I get it. I don't know what type of guy you are. I get it. You love being a slave. I get it. right? They taking your tax-paying dollars and giving them to Israel, giving them to Ukraine, weapons, all the shit that I'm done, Chris. I respect it, bro. Do what you feel, bro. I get it. I get it. But you telling me that you are just think about that, yo. I love paying taxes. So you love funding Israel. You love your money going to fund Israel. You love that Israel children are getting free education, free health care. You love that. But your kids ain't getting that shit.
Chris gotta be MAGA because he keep bringing up
you
Obama.
Love that.
Like
That shit just
president.
I think Chris might be some. I ain't gonna say the nigga name, but happy
that's
birthday.
What they
bro.
always do.
Happy
MAGA
birthday, bro.
Obama.
That's you, man.
It's like Obama is like the bane of their existence. Like, what is really going on?
He said he already chose his side, Republicans. That's the problem right there. We're gonna always be divided, man. We know you ain't with us.
Obama's IRS. Remember that Republicans were leading the House and the Senate when Obama was.
I wanted to say this.
So actually, your own party that came after you with your taxes, James.
I just want to say this, Chris. Remember the side you chose, man. When we take this shit back, remember the side you chose because it's gonna happen. That's why they doing all this shit. They in fear. Remember the side you chose. Go tag somebody that you know and have them come on the show so they'll know exactly what you're saying and they'll know so they'll be able to point your ass out when we take this shit back. Yeah, he was the one saying that shit. That wasn't me. I wasn't with that. And then you got the nerve to be from Mississippi, man. I'm done with you, bro. I'm really done with you, bro. You ain't even a real person. You got to be AI or something.
No, you're right. Anybody that's that says they're he exactly who he said he is.
That shit crazy to me, man. All right, so I'm gonna get right into the meat and potatoes of this because I've been wanting to talk about this shit since last night, man. I was seeing all these videos about Cyrus, man, and I was listening to his mother, man, and I just thought it was like a real sad situation, man. Check it out.
Really profiled. They followed him around. He was shopping. He took 4 waters, he put them back. He even showed them by shaking his hoodie that he took nothing. And he walked out of the store. He didn't argue with them. He didn't have any confrontation. He didn't curse them. He just walked out. He was respectful. And yet 2 grown people chased him. He fell and they shot him. He shot him dead, like as if he was a dog. And I do not understand how that jury can come back and say that he was not guilty. He was in a runner's stance. It was shown by the pathologist and they said he was not guilty. It was devastating for me to get a call from Alvin S. Glenn letting me know that Rick Chow was released. That broke me more than you can ever imagine because my murderer of my son was set free. And it's not fair and it's unjust. And nobody can tell me that this is not racially motivated because I'm not supposed to be on social media anyway. But when I go and I look at my social media, I have racist people coming to my page, going under my son's pictures, leaving the most horrific things, saying that they're glad he's dead, good riddance, and I am tired. I don't want this to happen to any other child. No black or brown child should have to go through this. No parent should have to go through this. This has to stop today. And I just learned today that South Carolina, if it's a murder charge, that they cannot bring in any of your prior acts. Rick Chow shot 2 people before. Rick Chow accosted a child in that store and beat her up with a gun on her hip. And none of that information could be brought to light. And I do not think that is fair. And if that is on the law books, that needs to be changed. Because if that was not there, then my son would have gotten justice. And to allow this person to terrorize this neighborhood for 12, 13 years is ridiculous. And it's just showing that it's okay to treat black and brown people wrong, and it's not. My son loved everybody. He would tell me like, oh, Mom, you're being judgmental. You shouldn't do that. That's against God. And the devil shot him dead, and he laid right there. And we got no justice from South Carolina. And I think it is disgusting, and I don't even know why. I have no words. But every day, I will not be able to speak to my son, hear his voice change, see him grow, go to prom. He will never get married. I would never hold my grandchildren, nothing. But Chow is able to go home with his lion son, Andy Chow, and they're able to have dinner with the wife, Alice, who all three of them came out that store, and they chased my baby. And I think the entire family should be held accountable because it was racially profiled. And I do not think that it is right, and they all should be punished. And I don't know what laws that we need to create to help our people, but it needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. Cyrus should not be gone. None of our children should be gone from the acts of racism, from profiling, from any of that. He should be here. And until the world treats us like we are human beings, I mean, come on. Y'all hire us. Y'all want us around. You like our culture. You want to listen to the music. You want to wear our clothes. You want to do all of that stuff. But when it comes to protecting us and when it comes to looking at our children, you look at us as if we are animals, and we are not. I am a college-educated woman. I hold a master's degree in information technology management. My son was not a thug. He was a 14-year-old boy who was trying to find his way. And for any person that acts like when they were 14, 15, 16, 17, that they did not do nothing wrong, that they did not smoke and drink and have sex and do whatever that they were not supposed to do by their parents, it is a lie. And it is judgmental, and I refuse to allow any of you to sit up there and make it seem like we were bad parents, because we were not. All of our children make mistakes, but I don't see anybody saying, oh, well, you know what? My kid did X, Y, and Z. My kid did X, Y, and Z. No, they're coming onto my page and try to demonize my child, and I will not have it. And it stops today. Keep your opinions to yourself. And until you are in my shoes and you have to bury a child, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
This is my problem with the whole situation, LBs and Fly, man. And I'm still like kind of emotional just hearing her talk, right? Because I done, dug into the case, done looked it up and everything. The man and his son lied and said that he pointed a gun. Where is the gun? He never had a fucking gun. He ran, y'all shot him down and shot him in the back. And like I said, I can hear you real powder slap. You're going to get a powder slap. You keep playing around. You're going to run into the right person, keep playing that chud to build the shit, and you're going to get broke the fuck up. You're going to run into the right one. I'm telling you, bro, enough is enough, and y'all going to keep playing this game till motherfuckers running up in y'all house snatching your whole fucking family out of there. This shit ain't no game, man. This shit ain't no game, man. And people are tired of playing. I'm not playing with nobody, man. Touch one of mine, I want everything you owe. Everything you own, everything. I'm coming to get your ass. I don't give a fuck if it's in front of the police. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They hunted that kid down and killed him, man. And not just that they killed him, right? I got a whole nother video that this man was really fucking putting his hands and pulling guns on people in his store. And that's why the mother says something about the fucking evidence, of him having other prior crimes that you can't bring it. I didn't know South Carolina was like that either, but you can't present that in another case.
Which makes no sense. None. How you do that? How is that a law?
First of all, he shot, the crazy part. He done shot at people running down in their cars, shooting at them. This Mr. Child guy. But y'all gonna keep thinking this shit is a game. The day of the Geechee been over. I don't know why y'all keep playing this Chud the Builder shit. Chud the Builder gonna come home and probably lose his goddamn... Listen, man. Listen. We ain't going for it, yo. We ain't going for it. I'm not going for it. And however they want to play that situation down there, first of all, let me show you what they did to Mr. What's this nigga name? Mr. Chow. Fucking Mr. Chow. Nobody better not support that store, especially Black Americans. Better not support that store ever again, man.
Oh, I think it's over. He definitely moving, trying to set up something.
They're gonna make him relocate. I don't even listen, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I know he gonna move somewhere else because it's over for him there. They were talking about going after his restaurant and everything that he owned.
The police tried to have the nerve to be up there yesterday after the damage was already done. They had about 20 police cars up there. I got videos of that too, but I ain't no need to play all that because ain't nothing happened. But that store pretty much shut down until further notice. But I want my people, specifically my people, even though everybody don't, act like they don't understand we all under attack, I want my people to take our power back. Right? Because our ancestors was way stronger than the fuck what we are. They endured way more than what the fuck we endured, and we not willing to fucking stand up for nothing. We separated, we divided. We got guys like Chris on here. You Republican, go over there with your MAGA ass and all that other shit, nigga. You gonna get a boot in your ass too with the rest of these motherfuckers. Because that shit coming. Trust me. Trust me, it's coming, man. And motherfuckers think, I don't know how y'all think y'all gonna win a war. Y'all outnumbered. It's not about the numbers, man. It's about the strategy. Enough is enough. The games is over, yo. And I'm not playing no games. I'm frontlining. And the type of niggas I'm bringing, trust me, man. I'm frontlining. And it's whatever with whoever. I know where we need to be going, though. I know where we really need to be going. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to wait until it's my family. I'm not trying to wait until it's your family, Danielle. I'm not trying to wait until it's V Magic fan. I'm not trying to wait until it's like, how much of this shit is we gonna take, man? How much of this shit is we gonna take, man? That's why we got to get these young soldiers that's willing to ride out here and do all this dumb shit to each other. We got to get a chokehold on them little niggas. It's time to ride for a fucking cause. They playing with our livelihood, man, and not... Listen, they playing with our livelihood. They trying to starve motherfuckers out for real. like, what is the plan? Me, I see what's going on now, but they got the shit set up for. You got to understand how long Project 2025, how long they had this project set in motion, right? How long they had this on the desk, right? These motherfuckers are so far ahead of us. We are so far back. And we acting like everything is normal. This shit ain't normal. And the shit that's about to go down is not going to be normal. I don't care who watching me. Good times. I understand they may be watching me. I ain't the only nigga they watching. Agenda 2030 is the biggest problem. You get it, conspirator. Like, man, come on, man. And I'm talking to my people, right? Specifically, right? But I'm going to say this shit again, yo. This shit ain't just about us, right? All these motherfuckers that's acting goofy, got goofy shit to say and slick shit to say. Let them keep talking slick. They're going to be begging for our fucking help. I didn't believe it. I thought Trump was for us. That nigga don't give a fuck about you. If you're not a fucking elite, you ain't in that fucking 1 percentile, nigga, you don't exist to fucking Trump and the rest of the motherfuckers. Man, you heard what I said, man. We have to seriously organize. I said that. I said it's not about how big the army is. It's about the strategy, Michael Fulbright. Maybe you just jumping on. But I understand. Yeah, I'm full of rage right now because look what they doing to our kids. That kid was 14 years old, right? Imagine if he'd never been into nothing, right? And somebody approaching him like with some rage and he's scared and he go run off. He ain't thinking he gonna fucking die. He shook his shirt. I don't got no goddamn waters. I put him back.
Even still, you can't call the police because you think somebody's stealing from you. You can't call the police. Call the police. What you chasing behind them with a gun for? They let that man get away with that stuff so many times. He thought he was the law and order where he at. He thought he was the one that could give and take a life. That's the power they gave him in that area.
Yo, it's like, and it's with me, man. I just feel like I remember being 14, right? Like I said, my life was a little different. You hear his mother saying she college educated and this, that, and the third. She got a good job, obviously. He didn't have a gun. They try to say he had a gun. How do you find that man not guilty? Right? And I always say that law works how it's not about what you did. It's about what you could prove. Right? Maybe they couldn't prove that it was the father that shot him. Right? But you never charged the son at all. Right? So that could be one possibility. But at the same time, he was 14 years old, yo. 14 years old, yo. You could, like, the fear for him to be running like that. Right? He like, probably, him and his son approaching me. I'm 14. I ain't never had a fight. Imagine he never had a fight, probably never been into nothing, and like scared. Like, what the fuck is going on? And you ran him down, and every shot you gave him was in his fucking back. That's not no real shit.
That's not defense. You're not defending anything over 100 yards away from where your establishment and somebody's running away from you. Then the use of force. They couldn't get him on nothing. I don't understand it. Other than it's racial. Because the kid was black.
But see, that tune changes when it's time for stuff like that. Blacks are only tough towards each other. And we got to get off of that type of time. Right? We got to get off that type of time, man. Like, and
that's
yo,
we can't go against
hey, conspirator, man. I like you, man. Stay around, man. He said Trump sold out. Absolutely, he sold out. He sold out a long time ago.
He sold out. He wasn't for anybody but himself anyway.
No, what I'm saying by sold out though is he basically sold out the American government, right? To Israel for real. Like, we have been sold to the highest bidder. People don't really understand that, but we have been sold to the highest bidder. America is for sale. He not really even calling the shots. They just a part of the totem pole. They not even the main people, the main characters. He's a puppet. But we need to get our affairs in order, man. Telling you that now, man. I'm telling you now, man. I've been working behind the scene, rallying me some real troops, man. And we definitely in connection and everything, man. Like, you know, people fed up. I'm gonna tell you that, man. Especially people that's paying attention. Especially people that's paying attention. And Conspirator, I remember you said you was white. You was YT. You understand, man. It's bigger than black and white. Knicks in 6, man. I got Knicks in 6. I ain't no Knicks fan or nothing like that, but I got them in 6. But you understand this shit is bigger than black and white, man. Y'all got to go read this shit, man. Go read Project 2025, Agenda 2030. Go read this shit. This shit ain't just happening here. This shit is happening in Jamaica. Is Vision 2025. This shit is happening all over the world.
All over the world. Everybody's experiencing a shift.
This shit is happening all over the world. Nah, job's not done just yet, right? Hopefully it won't be your job that's not done, Jam On. Right? I think that's your name. I can't see. I see J-A-M. Jam. I'm going to just say Jam. Oh, you talk about the game. Yeah, job's not done. You're completely right. But I think, like I said, man, I think it's too. We're gonna see, man. I think the Knicks right. I think the Knicks right now just on the road, man.
I think he's behind the stream.
I agree with that as well. Good times. I think that's the best way to be. If we can be like that in harmony, like why are we like that? Because they created division. You got to think about this. Republican, Democrat. This is all part of the division. All this shit is part of the division, man. They created it because they needed it like that. Why is only two? Why is two parties? Why not just one? They want us to be separate. You choose this side or this side, but they all the same thing for real. Think about that, conspiracy. He said if 1% of the richest people lost 99.9% of their money, they would still be richer than the top 10% of people. You know how you know that's true? Because you always see them. You see what Mark Zuckerberg did. He gave damn near all the company and kept like 1%. Same thing with Bill Gates. All these guys do this shit. You in Kenya, Alexander? Or you leaving for Kenya? Oh, you in Kenya, man. I heard it's different out there, man. And I heard it's, you know, you got to do. Let me ask you this. Did you have to take the ideals from here in America to survive out there? Like, you know, maybe I need to build me a storefront or, you know, create me some type of business out here. Did you have to do that shit? This shit, like I said, man, though, this stuff is happening all over the world, yo. And it's not about black or white, yo. Like, and we still so divided and we still haven't woke up and realized that part. We got to understand that part. He said, no, retired military. Oh, so you living comfortable. I get it. The devil is definitely running wild in the world. And it seemed like, first of all, I don't want to get into all that. You know, they say they worship Baal and all this stuff. And it's just crazy. Like, you know, all these different gods, you know, how they try to, a lot of people always say, you know, it's only one true God and this, that, and the third. But if you really pay attention to the Bible and all this other stuff, you realize it was way more than just one God. right? But they worship a different God than all the rest of us and stuff like that. But they worshiping something different, right? That's why they think it's cool eat. I don't even want to say drink blood, human blood, and do all this crazy stuff that they doing. This is part of their ritual. This is part of the stuff that's going on, man. And how can we be cool with this government, with the shit that's going on? And I know we at that time, but how can you possibly be cool with the shit that's going on in this government once you find out what's going on? Once you found out what's going on, how can anybody be cool? How can people say Trump for king? Yeah, Trump for king. What? That tell me what the fuck we dealing with, man. That's my favorite book. Behold a Pale Horse. I talked about that book about 10 times on this show, Conspirator. But listen, man, I just really want to know. I want everybody in here, especially people that may be MAGA, that may be lurking around. If you feel like you God fearing and you worship Christ, worship whatever you worship, right? You and Allah, whatever you worship, right? And the devil show you his face. I'm gonna say this 1,000 times, LB, because nobody ever answered the question yet, right? And the devil show you his face. And you know that you realize now that, damn, I've been following the devil. The devil is running the country. There's a bunch of these devils, right? You continue to follow and you still continue to say, yeah, this is the best country in the world. This is the best country in the world. Once they show their face, you still rooting for them. That means I want to say that you are a conspirator. Right? You are an accomplice. Michael Fulbright, you saying damn right? That means that you are a conspirator.
Conspirer. In the conspirer.
Yeah, whatever. Thank you.
Yeah.
For correcting me, LBZ. That's good. That means that you're down with it. They never questioned the Epstein stuff. This is what I'm saying, conspirator. How do you not question that? How do you not question the shit with the babies? Right? The trafficking, organ trafficking. Like, how do you not question that stuff? They only care about the dollar, and that's what this shit is all about. It's about the money. And once people realize, right, and not all MAGA supporters, you got MAGA supporters out here that's broke as shit, right? Some of them broke as shit, but once you realize what you following and what you down with, oh, he said, that's not, my bad. He said, that's not what I said that to. My bad, then forgive me. But me, I can't continue to follow knowing what I know now. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it one more time before I get off. I've never really been into politics like that. Yeah, I'm just recently really getting into politics and really paying attention and reading shit and paying attention because I love to read, first and foremost. But now I'm starting to really pay attention, and I'm like, yo, this whole system is fucking corrupt. How can we act like this shit ain't corrupt and still act like everything is everything and be out there with banners and act like we this? Oh, I know what you are. You part of the problem. Anybody that's doing that shit is part of the problem, and I ain't gonna say nothing more because I might have put my foot in my mouth already, and I don't want to do that no more. So, but this shit is wicked. That's all I'm gonna say, man. He said I watched a friend who was invested in a stock called AMD make $40,000 in 5 hours just because Trump mentioned the stock. And that's what it's all about. Motherfuckers chasing that bread. They think it's about the bread, but the country about to go to shit.
Right.
The country about to go to shit. And like I said, man, we done reached that time, man. I be having so much to talk about, man, and I can't get to it. I need to put this shit last. The politics shit and all this other stuff, I need to put last. It's just the shit with Cyrus, the shit that happened with Cyrus, that shit is just overwhelming to me, man. He ain't spent a day in jail, but I'm gonna tell you this, Chris Sims, real quick before I go, don't think it's over. Like, Trump might never spend a day in jail. He might, conk out before then. But the rest of them people that's running around with him think they doing a hell of a job. Yeah, Trump lying up there on the stand and all that shit. Them motherfuckers going to jail. Watch. Trust and believe me, they going to jail. They going to jail, and that's what we got to do. We got to hit them where they hurt. Hit them where it hurt, and the pockets is where they hurt. And who are they eating off of? So we're going to get into that another day, but, tomorrow Freestyle Friday, man, and we will have Janelle on, by the way. We'll have Janelle on. I'm going to make sure that today we'll have Janelle on, so make sure y'all here. Man, I don't be wanting to go either, man. I be wanting to get all this shit off my chest, man, but this shit be overwhelming. Listen, man, I am Immortal EMS, man, the Have Nots mascot, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, those that did tune in. And if you're new to the show, man, whether you like or dislike what I'm saying and you stayed around this long, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, share it with somebody, man, that could give some feedback, man, and we can come up with some type of solution for the problem. Man, I love y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit them notifications, too. I mean, yeah, hit the notifications because you never know when we're going live, even though we've been on time for the last 2 days. But you never know when we're going live, man. I love y'all, man, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. 100.
All right, y'all. LB's here. Definitely thank y'all for joining us for our conversations. Like we have real conversations Monday through Friday. Come back to join us. Make sure you liking the video. Definitely subscribe so you get those notifications and come back and share with us in your opinions. Definitely share us with your friends and family as well so they can hop on. Please have a great day. Remember that existence is automatic and purpose is chosen. Y'all have a good one.
100.
Can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I'm about halfway nowhere, and I know what I gotta do. I'm about 3 steps forward. Actually, gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot like Pippin.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I am the Have Nots